Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Especially for grade 6 Stanford, since last week I should attend your class, your science checkpoint class, but I missed it. I'm very sorry. I apologize for that. So I made this video to cover the topic that we have missed last week. Okay, so you can open your science checkpoint, Cambridge checkpoint book. Okay, and we have discussed 16 questions from the first set. It's May 2016, the first set, and then let's continue to number 17. So the questions here is, cars have different forces acting on them. Okay, so this is the cars, and this cars it's moving. Okay, this car is moving, and there are some force act on the car. Wait, let me annotate. Okay, so the first one is X, which is this is the force done by the car when it moves forward, and then this is Y. Okay, so Y is the friction, and then there is also Z. Z is the, okay, let me write down. So Z is weight of the car, which is influenced by the gravity, and W is the, okay. Okay, so the car is moving in the direction of arrow X. Okay, so the car is moving forward. Okay, let's continue. Which letter shows the weight of the car? Okay, so like I said, the weight of the car is shown by the arrow Z, because as we know, weight is influenced by gravitational force, which pulls all the gravitational force is caused by the weight, no, the mass of the Earth, the mass of the Earth, and the force produced by the core. Okay, the Earth core. Okay, so the weight of the car it's represented by Z, because the force comes from inside of the Earth, from the core, and that is pulling everything on the surface. Okay, so which letter shows the weight of the car? Yes, it's Z. And for further information, because I informed this to grade 6 Columbia, what is the differences between mass and weight? Okay, so mass, the definition of the mass, mass is the amount of cells, molecules in materials, or it can be living things or non-living things. Okay, so it's about the amount of the cells, and it won't change, it will not change whether you in any place on this in this universe. Okay, your mass will be stay still. Okay, for example, a mass, the mass of a girl or a boy is 40 kilograms. So when you are on the moon, when you are on Mars, you are on somewhere, it will be stay still, 40 kilograms. How about weight? Weight is different. Okay, weight is influenced by the gravitational force, of the place. I mean, when you are on Earth, your weight is, let's say, maybe 40, this is just example, 40 kilograms multiplied by 10, the average gravitational acceleration is 10 meter per second square. And, oh, wait a minute. Okay. So let's say that the mass is 40 kilogram anywhere in any, yes, anywhere. Okay, what about the weight? Weight is the mass multiplied by acceleration, or in this case is gravitational acceleration, okay, which is represented by g. Okay, so if your mass is 40 kilograms multiplied by g, which is on Earth, the approximate gravitational acceleration is 10 meter per second square, so it equals to 400 Newton. Okay, 400 Newton. And how about if this is your weight on Earth? Yeah. How about on the moon? On the moon, the gravitational force of the moon is about half of the Earth. So your weight on moon is about 40 kilograms multiplied by 5 meter per second square. So it's about 200 Newton, half of it. So that's the differences of mass and weight. So mass is constant anywhere you are, but weight, it depends on the gravitational force act on the mass or act on the object. Okay. Let's continue. Which letter shows the air resistance? We know that air resistance is what is it? It causes the slow movement. Okay, when so in this picture, the air resistance, since the car is moving forward, so the air resistance is in the opposite direction of the car. Okay, but if something is falling down, so the air resistance act in opposite direction of the gravity. So when the gravity pulls something down, but the air resistance resist the gravitational force. So that's why but in this picture, the air resistance is in the opposite direction of the force done by the car. Okay, so which letter shows the air resistance? It's W. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Number 18. Carlos adds some salt to a beaker of water. He also adds some sand to another beaker of water. Complete these sentences about adding salt and sand to the water. Choose from the words below. Condenses, evaporates, dissolves, insoluble, soluble, solute, and solvent. Okay, the first one, salt, blah, 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 in water to make a solution. You know, solution, it means that dissolves. Okay, so salt dissolve. In water to make a solution, and then water is the solvent. Yes, okay, is the solvent in this process. Salt is the solute. When all water blah 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 from the salt solution, a white solid is left behind. This is a part of evaporation process, and it produces like crystal salt. It remain. Wait, let me check. Is there any evaporate? Oh, when all water evaporates. I'm sorry, it's not a noun. When all water Sand does not make a solution when mixed with water because it is insoluble. Yes. Okay. I think this one is quite easy because you have learned about this in fifth graders when you were fifth graders. Okay. Oh, let's continue to number 19. Ahmed and Hassan investigate plant seeds. Ahmed walks in a forest. Okay, we can see the shoe. Hassan collects the soil from the bottom of Ahmed's shoe. They look at the soil they have collected. They repeat the investigation in different places. Ahmed always walks the same distance in each place. Why does he do this? What do you think? We know that in any investigation, we have to make the test fair. We have to consider which variable that we need to make it as same and which variable that we have to make it different. Okay, so why does he do this? To make the test fair. Then write down one other factor they keep the same in each place. What do you think? It can be more than one actually. Okay, use the same shoes, right? If he used the different shoes, the shoes can be bigger or smaller, so the area of which they took the samples, it can be different. It will not be fair, right? Use the same shoes. What else? The same day, maybe, because if they took the samples in different days and the temperature, the weather on that days are different, it can influence the result because maybe um, some soil it gets very, I mean, they can be very wet, muddy when uh, the weather is maybe maybe the weather, I mean, it's raining a lot, for example. So it's better to do it in one day, and there is a, what is it? There is a range of time that, oh, in this, from maybe from 10 to 12, the temperature will not be changed a lot. So that's why it's better to use, I mean, to do it in one day. Okay. Oh, that's the end of the page. Let's continue to the next one. Okay, so you can continue to the second set of May 2016 paper. Okay, so food chains show the feeding relationship in a habitat. Draw a line from each word to the description. Okay, so yes, you have learned about this in grade 4 if you still remember. Consumer, and then herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. Okay, it's in grade 4. The first one is consumer. Consumer comes from the word consume. Okay, so an animal that it's plant and other animals, or a green plant, or an animal eaten by another animal, or an animal that catches and eats another animal. Okay, yes, it's the first one. Okay, and then predator. Predator is the animal that catches and eats another animal. Mostly the predators are carnivore. Okay, prey. Prey is the animals that is eaten by another animals. Okay, predator and prey, um they match each other. I mean, predator eats prey. Producer. Producer is the green plant. Okay. Okay, let's go on to number 2. Mike investigates how well materials conduct electricity. He connects different materials to an electrical circuit containing a lamp. He looks at the brightness of the lamp, and then here are his results. So when he used the lead to connect the electrical circuit, the lamp is very dim. The lamp is still on, but it's very dim. Okay. And then when he uses brass to connect the electrical circuit, the lamp is just brighter than when using lead. Okay, it's just brighter. And then when he uses copper, lamp is bright. When he uses plastic, lamp doesn't work at all. When he uses silver, lamp is very bright. So if we put this in the order, okay, the one which cannot conduct electricity is the plastic. Okay, let's say the plastic is the isolator, okay, or insulator. Can be electrical insulate isolator. And then the copper, since it is said, oh no. Okay, let's start from the lead. Is very dim. Lamp is very dim. So lead can conduct electricity, but it's a very weak. Okay. Okay, how about brass? Because it is said that lamp is just brighter than when using lead. So okay, so lead is the weak one and brass is very weak. Because if we compare lead and brass, I mean the materials, when they try to conduct electricity, the brass is lamp is just brighter than when using lead. Oh, so brass is brighter than the lead because it's weak and lead is very weak. Okay, then copper is quite strong because it is said here that the lamp is bright and then the silver is very strong. Okay, to conduct electricity because it is said that lamp is very bright. Okay, so the questions is brass conducts electricity. Okay. Name one materials that is a better conductor of electricity. Okay, let's see. The brighter, I mean, the one which the materials, when we conduct the electrical circuit with these materials, it is brighter than the brass does. It's copper and silver. Okay. You can, oh wait, copper and silver, or yes, you can choose one of them because the question is name one. Which materials, the second one, which materials is the best conductor of electricity? Definitely, it's the very bright one is the silver. But since the silver is quite expensive, so that's why we use the universal one. It's the copper. It's more what is it? It's cheaper. Which material does not conduct electricity? Definitely the plastic. Okay. Okay, so that's all for the explanation of Cambridge Checkpoint to cover our topic last week. Thank you very much, everyone. I really apologize for the inconvenience that I caused. I hopefully this video will be useful for you. Okay, so then you can complete the questions, answering the questions on your own. Inshallah, we will meet again next semester, but I still do not know whether am I going to teach you again for the science checkpoint. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.